Hey guys, it's BD from bdoneyewear.com and I'm back with another video. So today's video is a collaboration with Dr. Right is Right, who's here on YouTube as well. She is an optometrist who's based in America. So what we're going to do is both answer some questions about optometry and how it works in our respective countries. That way you guys get an idea of what the differences are between here in the UK and over there in America. Because I get this question a lot and I actually don't know what goes on in America. So it'd be good for me to learn as well. So the first question, how long have you been an optometrist? So I qualified in 2016, so it is going to be 4 years this year. How do you become an optometrist in the UK? So in the UK, it takes 4 years to become an optometrist. You do 3 years of university and then you have to do a pre-registration year, which is where you are seeing patients, you're in practice and you're being assessed at the same time. At the end of that year, you have an OSCE, so you have a station exam, and then you pass and then you qualify and then life is gravy. What is the typical cost of studying optometry in the UK? So the 3 years of university that I mentioned before that you pay for. And when I went to university, it was £9,000 a year. So that comes up to £27,000. Your pre-registration year, you don't actually pay for, you get paid. So you don't have to pay for that year. But during that time, you might have to pay for equipment and stuff like that. But it's nowhere near the £9,000 you spend each year at uni. Most people will get a loan though, so yeah, you don't really see that money come out until you're earning, I think it's above 21,000 when you've finished with uni. What is your scope of practice? So in the UK, you don't get to do things like laser eye surgery or cataract surgery. You don't do surgery. That's what ophthalmologists do, and those are eye surgeons, right? So what we do is we look at prescriptions to determine what the power of your glasses should be. We look at the health of the eyes, that way we can refer for surgery or just to get second opinion or just to get people looked at when things seem like they're not normal. Those are kind of things that we do. Depending on what other courses you do, you can see people with minor eye conditions, which mean like red eye and things like that, or you can become an independent prescriber, but you have to do an additional course. So there are more things you can do if you do additional courses once you've qualified. But the bottom line is we don't do surgery. We don't do laser eye surgery. I get asked that all the time and the answer is no. What does a typical working day look like? Now that depends on what you do in terms of optometry. Do you practice in a hospital? Do you practice in a store? Do you practice in domiciliary? What do you do? If you work in a store, chances are you go in, you see patients, well either way, you most likely go in, you see patients one after the other, and then it just depends on what problems they're having that will determine what it is that you do. But you're usually in the same room if you work in a store or in a hospital, and patients will come in and you'll see them that way. If you do domiciliary, then what happens is you would go to each patient's house and that would be different. Are you a doctor? In the UK, no, you're not a doctor. You are an optometrist, not an eye doctor. Can you prescribe drugs? Yes, you can if you do the independent prescribing course, but there are limitations to the drugs you can prescribe. Can you do surgery? No. Can you specialize in a particular area of optometry? You can. If you work in like a hospital, you can do pediatric optometry. You could be in like a glaucoma clinic. Your specialty will increase usually when you work in a hospital because they have dedicated clinics to certain things. What do you like most about being an optometrist? I would say the interaction with patients, building a rapport with patients, being able to explain the conditions to patients in a way that makes them not afraid of what's going on. Yeah. And just like knowing a lot about one particular thing, I like that. What do you dislike about being an optometrist? Sales targets, rude patients, not really being respected as much in the healthcare community, especially in the UK. People don't really know what we do, so that's a bit long. Would you choose optometry all over again? Sometimes I think I would, sometimes I think I wouldn't. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Some days yes, other days I think maybe I should have done dentistry because I want to get Invisalign. It would have been nice to kind of get a discount, but I get loads of like discount on glasses and stuff, so it's kind of good too. I hope this video has been helpful. Make sure you check out Dr. Right is Right. I will leave the link in the description box. That will give you the same questions but the answers from an American optometrist. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.